So I have that SIM271 that I had cloned last night, and the customer said that they were having coil issues with it. So I figured, why not try to repair it while I have it here. I've already got it cloned, so this is the donor that is now cloned. This is the original. So I want to take a look at the coils, and I see the coils here. This is a typical IGBT, and it's regular part number. It's not masked or anything. So I just want to do a quick test. I'm not going to spend a lot of time. They didn't ask me to repair it, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it. But if we can find something easy. Okay, so I'm just going to check the drivers here. Let me flip this around here. Okay, that looks better. Now these should be consistent. The number doesn't matter too much, as long as it's consistent. This one, typically IGBTs are always like 13 to 17K, mostly around 14 and 15. So this one is good. All these are good. Don't see any issues, which is good. This is the one that's supposed to be working. Let's take a look at the original one here. Okay, so it's a lot lower than that one, which is weird because they're the same part number, and the IGBT is the same. That's a little bit weird, but it's still okay. See that's a little bit lower too, but still okay. Okay, same thing, same thing. Again, a little low, but same thing. Number 4, and now that is extremely low. That's not right. Now it's right. That's pretty weird. So, since they said they were having issues with the coils, and this does look really, really odd. Look, there it goes again. If I check it every once in a while, it matches the others, and then sometimes it doesn't. Okay, so since the customer is reporting problems, I do think there is something wrong with it. I mean, it's definitely suspicious looking. If you see this one doesn't never do that. Okay, so I'm gonna get this guy out the way. This is the donor. It's cloned already. I don't want to mess it up, so I'm just gonna move it there out the way. Now, I don't know Mercedes ECUs very well at all. I don't work on them all that often, other than typically, cloning and stuff like that. But as far as repair, I just don't see a lot of them. But let's try to get this thing figured out. So I see some really old school resistors here. Let me see if I can show you here. And I'm gonna find out if these are for the gate or if there's some kind of sensing resistor. They're very, very big though, and they're really old school SMD type. So I don't think it's gonna be for the gate. Yeah, if we look at the traces here, it looks like it's going to the output, so that's gonna be a sensing circuit probably. Yeah. Okay. I reckon all the These are tied together. Okay, so let's see. Here is our gate. Don't quite know where the gate's going on this. I do remember there's some Mercedes and BMW ECUs that have a chip that looks like this. Can't remember the part number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So this is a SOP28. I can't remember if it was that big or not, but there's a chip that looks like this that controls the coils that likes to fail. It's not that one though. I don't think it's this one. Let's look. No, I don't think it's that one. So it must be on the other side. Oh, damn. Screwdriver messed up. So this just has some really sticky stuff holding it. So you just kind of got to muscle up and push it. And then you can cut it. The nice thing is when you put it back together, usually it will seal itself back up. So you don't really have to do much else. So we have some thermal grease there. Don't want to touch it. Okay, I think I see it right there. I think that's the guy I was looking for. Let me get my other vise here. Okay, so I have the ECU in my little vise here, and I think I found the chip that we need. I just want to get a closer look here, if I can. Let's see. Yeah, AT1C71. Yeah, that is it. This is the chip that I remember causes a lot of problems. So what I'm gonna do is I don't want to open the other unit because like I said, I don't want to risk damaging it since that, the customer only wanted me to clone it. But let's take this guy off, and I have some of these somewhere. I'll have to pause this and find it, but I know I do have some of these. And we're gonna put that on there, and then we're gonna check our measurements again to see if they then resemble the donor that we have a little bit closer. Because right now it's just way off. And that's right under the coils too. Like if you see over here, that is the coils right there. And let's see, I bet you this is one of the gates. Yeah, see, and then it goes right over here. And if you see right here, this is going to be through holes for another one of the gates. You see it comes right here. So yeah, that's definitely what we're looking for. Put that over there. So I found my replacement chips. I'm going to go ahead and get this one taken off now. Got a pair of tweezers. Just gonna use some hot air here. Mm. Yeah, that guy got cooked. It stinks too. So I tell you what, that this guy stunk really bad. I'm not sure what this juice is. It smelled a lot like a bad capacitor, but I mean, there's no capacitors near here, I don't think. Oh wait, there is one. There is one right on top of it. I wonder if that's leaking and cause that. I'll have to check that when I flip it back over. But yeah, I don't know if the chip is bad or if it's just because of all the leakage here. But I'm gonna clean it up and put a new one there anyway. The smell was actually so bad I had to take a break for a while. Let the room clear out. Yep, there's the smell again. It's like rotten tuna fish. That's gotta be that capacitor leaking on the other side. It's gotta be. Okay, got my replacement here. You know what? Let me wipe this away first. Put a little new flux there. Get that piece of solder out of there. Okay, and this is one that I have to replace it with. So I have a few of these guys. They look like I probably scavenged them from other units. I know MSV80 has the same chip, and I'm sure there's several other BMW and Mercedes that do it. Usually manufacturers, when they have one design, they use it quite a bit. I mean, if this is all that it is, I might have to start fixing these more often. Now, this chip is I guess it's a custom-made chip or a mass chip. I'm not sure what it is. I'm guessing it's some kind of, well, I would say logic, but I don't think it is a logic chip because it doesn't have enough outputs for it and input. So I know that the coils, if it's like the other ones, the coils actually, the feedback comes back to it. So for each coil, which we have 4 coils on this, it would use 2 uh, IOs just for that. So that would be what, 6, 8, and this is 24. Yeah, maybe it's just a logic chip. I'm not sure, but there he is on. So let's clean it a little bit more, and I'm gonna flip it over and test it. Let me smear this down a little bit better than what it is. And then I'm gonna flip this guy over. So this capacitor right here is pretty close. I mean, that's the only close capacitor to it, so I wouldn't be surprised if that's probably leaked out. And I mean, he's right here with the coils and these drivers here, so this whole area probably gets pretty hot. So it wouldn't surprise me if he leaked out. What is that? 35U. No, no, no. 35 volts. 100 UF. Okay. I think we can replace that if we have to. But let's check the coils to see if they look similar to our donor now without that weird resistance dropping. Yeah, that's already a lot better, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. So I think we fixed that problem actually. Yep. Let me flip my probes around again and check. I don't usually flip the probes, but in this case I'm gonna. You shouldn't see anything different for this part, but when you check it from gate to drain, usually it will be different. But like I said, as long as everything's kind of matching, yeah, that actually looks really good now. So I'm gonna take this guy off. I'd like to get it off where I could test it without damage, but these things don't come off too well because they have this one soldered down, it looks like, each corner. I don't want to use hot air if I don't have to. Oh yeah, I can smell it, so yeah, it's definitely leaking. Let's see if I can get one side to come up here. Might have to use hot air for it. And let me just use some hot air. Let me turn mine down, though. I got mine really high. Let's see, 420, still a bit high. Let's go with 350 and 90% air. He does not want to come loose for whatever reason. There he comes. Alright, so it was like that. So ground is up. And we can see, I don't know if you can see there. Let me look like this here. Okay, so we can see the electrolytic did indeed leak out of here and go through. It looks like just these holes over here, maybe this one, but it definitely leaked out, dropped through some holes, and come out underneath of the control for the coils. So I'm going to assume because it overheated, because like I said, it's got these switches here that's going to get hot. It's got the coils that's going to get hot. And probably just couldn't take it no more. So let's clean that up real quick. This side didn't stink as bad as the other side. but it still stunk a little bit. So I'm not gonna put that same type back. I don't think I have the SMD type, but I think I have a regular one. So here we can see a little bit of the damage from it. Not too bad. I'm just gonna kind of scratch it and clean it up there. Ah, that's good enough. So I usually just use IPA to clean up this stuff, but you know, I guess maybe if it was really bad, you might want to use something like vinegar to kind of neutralize it. But I think the age of it, I don't think it's too big of a deal. I think IPA usually cleans it up good. All right, so I have 100 UF 50 volt that I'm going to use, and I don't really want to put it in the same spot. I guess I could. Maybe I'll just lift it up a little bit, make sure it doesn't get too tall for the case. But yeah, I'm gonna bend the leads out here, make sure I get it where they're both kind of level. Say like that. Is that right? That's right. Okay, then I'm gonna snip them just like that. All right, we're just gonna solder this guy down. Okay, and just add some hot glue here. Just to help kind of support it. Okay, we're gonna put this back in the case. Oh, it all looks good. Just want to make sure that this is going to close all the way. Yep, no glue on the top, so it's good. And there we go. It should be all fixed.